How do you glow? How do you glow? Hello, collective. It is Kai. Disclaimer, this is just based on my own experience. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or what works best for you. So please use your discernment when consuming my content or any content in general. I was recalling this question that a friend asked me a while back. And at the time, when I replied to them, I honestly couldn't see myself in that way, where I was quote unquote glowing, right? And it's like I was just getting out of a very depressive episode of my life, and I had a hard time bringing that awareness to see myself in a more positive light. And then I was just writing some poetry, and I kind of wanted to read it to you guys because I feel like it would resonate. So, how do I glow? To simply remember in body, mind, heart, and soul, where it simultaneously exists from the simple things and the overall scheme of things. The mind that is guided by you, who chooses to empower and elevate. The heart grounded in your essence, in your etheric nature. The body that on fire and is nourished in her living. To heed your words with honor as you voice your own telepathy. Connective in every respect, cohesively, even whilst unconscious or subconscious. Have you remembered your light? Yes. I've remembered once again the existence of something unexplainable and everlasting, evolutionary and evolved. Her victorious pleasure that is presented in every step. All respectful ripples that reverberate into the forest, a calling to be silent and sound in your very own branchings. Completion of a cycle, where the blockages are overturned, and your valor shows you all that you're also, and your valor shows you all that you've also gained. A truce between every part of the council. They who are present and partake in their own ways. A perception from senses that level out in the unity of love, loving grace. This lovely game, this lovely place, glorious space. Poem. Evolutionary growings. Your trunk is thick and your branches stretch wide. I wrote this remembering that there was a phrase when it comes to the healing journey that people say, it's remembering who you are. Who you are to you. What you perceive, what you tap into, that is up to you. And I learned that if I continue to put myself down, if I continue to do this, then I will stay in that state where I don't think very highly of myself, where I don't feel that I deserve things, because I'm literally directing my attention to that space. So yes, I'm very grateful for this friend, because I had to also recognize that what exactly about this person really, like, what do they even do? It's literally them being themselves, and what that brought out from me interacting with them. It's so unexplained. And that is truly what love is. You can't truly describe what it is that you love about a person. It's just them in itself. In every single aspect of them changing. That is how I know that it's love, is that, yes, of course, there's ego that wants to control, that wants there to be this quote unquote sense of security, when in reality, it's the same shit that I would play over and over again. And so I realized that I have evolved. And you know how? Through love. I interacted with this person feeling like I could love life again. This life, my life. So in other words, it doesn't really have to do with them, but I do connect with them. That is the connection. How does one glow? How do you glow? That is where my attention was brought back to. It's not attaching it to this person. I am so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for their life, their aliveness. That is what it is. It's that I'm not attaching it to this person. And the reason why this was such like a challenge for me is because of the fact that I realized that I had feelings for this person, that I had developed feelings for them. And that is such a different like pathway in my brain where I'm just like, so many things. And I'm not even going to say it because it's not even real anymore. Does that make sense? Because it reminded me the joy. It reminded me of joy, of peace, of love. If I do not give that to myself, with myself every single day, then I will forget. I will forget, and I will literally project that onto another person and think that I need them to be in my life in order to feel those things. That is how I recognized that because they're my friend, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Truly, what am I doing with me? How am I spending time with me? How am I enjoying my space? How am I giving myself peace? How am I sharing my own love with me? That is how I remembered my light. And then there's this aspect of, oh, I've changed. So this embodiment, the way that I tap into it, the things that I say, the things that I'm not okay with, the ability to speak up for myself and to be okay with silence. It's ever changing. That is why it is not the same, and yet it is. It's like we are constantly growing, we're constantly living, and we're literally aging every single fucking second. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like you are literally the youngest and oldest that you could ever be, possibly, right? Because we don't know when we're gonna go. Unless I'm not gonna go down that road. But like truly, it's like that is where the presence comes in. That's where the glow comes in, because I shine that light from the core, from me. Because if I don't do that, then yes, I will focus. There is a possibility that I could focus on those same things that I'm so familiar with. And it doesn't suck anymore. It doesn't suck to not have my feelings reciprocated. It's okay with rejection as well as receptivity. That is a big one, because I feel like, in a sense, I was training myself to be okay with rejection. And then simultaneously, I realized at some point, I was like, okay, wait, but am I okay with receptivity? How much love am I willing to accept from other people? That's what made me question a lot. Because even if someone cares, right? Even if they say, oh, but I care for you, I love you, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, but I'm not responding in that way where I feel loved. I feel cared for. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing that it's just crazy. Because I'm like, if this is dimming my light, then how is this truly going to be good for me? So how do you glow? That is the motherfucking tea. Thank you. Oh, just dropped my cute little cat pen. Guys, look. it spins. And it's a cat. It has a really good ink point. Got this from someone who went to a boba shop and thought of me when they saw this. It got it for me. So, just a random little tidbit. That is the video. I really hope that this possibly inspired or encouraged and empowered you. That's all I could pray for. Because truly, it's funny how people's perceptions will really skew the core of what I intentionally intend for. But I am once again gonna leave it to the universe, because whenever I post these videos, that's literally what I do. I'm just like, this is going out to the ethers. Whatever I'm responded with, I'm responded with. Whatever is reacted towards, that is also valid. So I am grateful for your presence. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm sending you guys so much love and support. Thank you for being you, seriously. And thank you for being alive, truly. Bye, Collective.